CESC for us. Now, this stock has given some good returns in the last 6 months, 63% returns. In fact, it is inching towards its 52-week high also. What is the further upside that you see on the stock?
Very good afternoon, everyone. Firstly, thank you for having me at the show. Well, now looking at the technical perspective of CESC, then in the last two trading weeks, we have seen a decent correction of approximately 10 to 12% from the highs of 210 towards the zone of 185, 188 levels. But in the last two sessions, there has been a decent upsurge or a decent buying traction from a very strong support of 21-day exponential moving average and also the previous swing high. So I'm expecting that from here onwards, the counter has the potential to move towards the zone of 210 on immediate basis. But the time we witness a breakout of 210, then from there onwards, approximately 15 to 20 points of upsurge can be seen. So from here onwards, one can definitely expect 15 to 20% kind of a move from short-term perspective in CESC.
You coming in on CESC, but Ria, you've picked out Tata Power. Up the charts in front of me. Even on the year-to-date basis, this stock has given mere returns of 2%. So, what's the upside here? Do you think this stock is going to pick up some momentum now, or are you penciling in some more sluggishness going ahead?
See, overall in Titan, we have seen some kind of corrective phase from the past 3 to 4 months. But in the recent period, in the last 2 to 3 trading weeks, there has been a decent upsurge or buying traction that has pushed in this counter. So I'm expecting that from here onwards, there will be a gradual change in the view for Titan. And I'm expecting that on a very short-term perspective, 3850, 3860 is the immediate target. The time it breaches the zone of 3850 on a decisive manner, we can see a very strong trend reversal in Titan. So definitely one should keep a very strong view on Titan. The time we witness a strong breakout above the mentioned levels, we can see a very decisive up move in the coming period. So for short term and even for medium term, both the charts look very positive for this counter.
Alright, chart looks positive for Titan, but with that, let's take a quick breather. Don't go anywhere after the break. We get now. While fundamentally the stock is very, very strong, tell us what are you seeing on the charts for Zomato?
On the technical front, this counter firstly have seen a very strong reversal from the bullish gap on the daily time frame, and secondly it is on the verge of giving a breakout on the closing basis. So any closer above 270 can give a very strong boost to this counter, and I am expecting that from here onwards another rally can be seen towards the zone of 290 to 295 from short-term perspective. So on technical front, this counter is on the verge of giving a fresh breakout, and one should definitely try to gauge momentum in the coming period.
So that's the view coming in on Zomato. Before we move on to the next stock, let's just quickly mark some more amphi data that has
the Dabur. Tell us, do you see more steam in this? A lot of, at least on a fundamental basis, a lot of people are seeing this as a safe haven, the FMCG pack. But tell us, what do you see on the charts for this one?
See, overall for Dabur, we have seen some kind of struggling in this counter towards the breakout around the zone of 650-55. But yesterday we have seen a very strong breakout that has been backed by decent volume. So I'm expecting that from here onwards, as the counter have really spent a decent time for a consolidation near about 650 odd levels, and with volumes it has given a breakout. So I'm expecting that there can be a strong follow buying that can be seen. Looking at the overall FMCG space, counters are looking very positive, and Dabur has seen a fresh breakout. So I'm expecting that in the short term period, 690 to 700 should be the target that one can definitely expect from short term perspective, while on the lower end 640 is a very strong support for this counter.
Alright, 690 is the upside that you see on Dabur. But moving on to another stock which is in focus today, GMR Airports. Now the company has
consumer for our viewers. Now if I pull up the charts last 1 year, roughly 50% gains coming in on this stock. So it has been moving quite steadily. Do you think this momentum is going to sustain going ahead, and what are the levels you are spotting?
See, again, as compared to Dabur, this counter is also on the verge of giving a breakout around the zone of 1510, 1520 odd levels. So I'm expecting that overall FMCG space is looking very positive, and these counters are on the verge of a very strong breakout. So I'm expecting that once we see a very strong breakout above the zone of 1510, there can be a strong follow buying that can be seen in this counter. On the higher end, I am expecting nearly target of 1540 to 1550 in a very short term perspective. Even we can witness a further upward rally in this counter, while on the lower end 1460 is a very strong support for Godrej consumers. So definitely one should eye for this counter for short term perspective.
All right, with that, it's time for us to slip into a short break. After the break, we get you some more stocks.
T.N. Gargill Jewelers Limited now makes an initial public offer of equity shares of face value of 10